It is very much.
It is because it is very acidic in nature, or it is very acid.
To the instructions and construct a suitable result chart before you begin. So first step, what is given here? Set up both pieces of apparatus as shown in the diagram. You can see it here. You could use any small living organisms such as maggots, fly larvae, or germinating seed in
Yes,
apparatus.
we can also take cockroach.
Any kind of animal, okay, any kind of animal you can use. Here you can see the maggots, they have used the larva of flies. Okay, so they are called maggots, you know it, the larva of house flies or any kind of fly, that is known as maggot. Make
Okay,
sure
ma'am.
that connections between the capillary tubes, rubber stoppers and the containers are completely airtight. So this is how you will have to set this
Ma'am,
apparatus.
can you tell why they have used this capillary tube or oil drop?
To make this completely airtight, so to ensure that no air should enter the that container from outside. Only then we will be able to see that the air that is been produced after the experiment, that are coming from the animals. Okay, so
Yes.
we can make sure we can ensure that, or else if the apparatus is not airtight, then we can also tell, anyone can tell that yes, the air has entered the apparatus from outside, from the environment. So we will have
Hmm.
to make it an airtight apparatus. Okay, this is why we are
Okay.
using this airtight cork, and
Rubber
at the same
stopper.
time we are using the oil drop also. Dip the
Yes.
capillary tube of each set of apparatus into oil. You should find that a small drop of oil goes into the capillary tube. Here you can see. Now what you will do, record the initial position of oil drop in each apparatus, then continue to record this at regular intervals until you feel that you have enough readings. Plot a line graph,
Can't understand, ma'am. Can you explain?
telling it. So you can see here that the maggots are placed here. So this is the apparatus. This one is the apparatus. Here the maggots are not placed. Okay. So the
Hmm.
wire
Yes.
gauze is present here. You will have to
Wire
make sure
gauze.
that the animals will not enter this part, because the soda lime will harm them. So what we will have to do, we will have to place those maggots here on the wire gauze that we have set exactly
Hmm.
on the soda lime. So why we have used soda lime? Because soda lime contains chemicals that absorb the carbon
Carbon
dioxide.
dioxide.
It's important. Okay, now this is another line. So once you will place all these small animals on this wire gauze, what will happen? They will start breathing, and as a result
Hmm.
of that, they will exhale what? They
Yes.
will exhale carbon dioxide.
Carbon dioxide. And they will, as soda lime will absorb the carbon dioxide.
And that carbon dioxide will be absorbed by the soda lime.
Soda
So
lime.
once
Yes. Yes.
dioxide will be absorbed by the soda lime, that means no
Lime.
gas will go out through this pipe, right?
Yes.
The,
Yes.
the only thing that will happen, that air will enter through this pipe, right?
Hmm. Yes, ma'am.
Then
Yes.
air will enter through so that they can get that oxygen, so that they can get that oxygen. When they will get that oxygen, when they will take in that oxygen, at that time, the pressure will press the oil towards the inward, or towards this way. Okay, the
Hmm.
oil will be pushed to the inward side, right? As you
Yes.
can see that I'm showing here. So as the oil will go to this direction, this will prove that these animals are absorbing oxygen, are absorbing gas or air from outside. As we have made this apparatus completely airtight, so there is no other way for the gas to enter the chamber. So
I
you
have a
will
question.
see,
How they
yes,
can understand that carbon dioxide is absorbed?
as soda lime is there.
The maggots don't need to understand, and the students or anyone who is performing this one, they also don't need to understand. They have placed the soda lime so that the soda lime can absorb the carbon dioxide. Why? Because if soda lime was not placed here, then the movement of this oil, it could not be recorded, because the carbon dioxide would also push it to the outward direction and the oxygen would push it to the inward direction. So at
Yes.
the end, there would be no movement of the oil. So we could not get these readings.
Hmm.
Okay. So we must
Oil
Yes,
drop
stop
is
ma'am.
used
any
to
one
know
kind
that
of
the
movement
gas
or
is coming inside or not.
yes, oil drop, the movement of the oil drop will indicate that the flow of the gas to the towards the to the
Yeah.
inward side of the pipe.
People.
So and so that there will be only the movement will be only in the one direction. This is
One
why
direction.
we have soda lime, so that it can absorb the oxygen and so that no pressure can be created to the outward direction. Is it clear?
Yes,
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am.
Yes,
If
Yes,
there
ma'am.
is any doubt, you can ask me. If there is
No,
any
no.
doubt, you can ask.
No, ma'am.
fully crystal clear.
Okay,
Yeah.
crystal clear. Very good. Now let's see. Here are some questions that are given.
Hmm.
First one is, when organisms respire, they take in oxygen and give out carbon dioxide. Explain what happened to the carbon dioxide
Yes,
that the
very easy.
organism, let us be gave out. What happened to the carbon
The
dioxide?
carbon
soda
dioxide
The
is
lime
carbon
is
dioxide is
soda
absorbed
lime.
by the soda lime.
Soda lime, yes.
Yes.
Carbon dioxide is absorbed by
Baba
the
re.
soda
Right,
lime.
soda
soda
lime.
lime.
Yes, ma'am.
So that is
No
right
one.
now carbon dioxide is absorbed by the soda lime present at the bottom of the apparatus.
Yes, we
Yes.
can. Now you give this homework. We will write.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am, yes. You have understood that what happened? Yes.
अरे
So let's see
class
what
है
is
तो
the
बता.
next question. You should have found that the oil you should have found that the oil drop moved towards the container in apparatus B. Explain why this happened. The
Because
oil
the
drop
air
moved
is,
Because
towards
the
the
oxygen is coming
Inside
from the
the
pipe.
apparatus.
that's right.
So so this is why the oil came towards the apparatus B. Apparatus B
Apparatus.
is this one. The apparatus B. Oil drop came towards the apparatus B. Why? Because it indicates that oxygen is absorbed by the
Yes.
maggots, or
Inside.
oxygen or
Indicate the
Oxygen is
the
coming from the
has
pipe.
entered the
oxygen.
Enter through the pipe.
okay. Suggest why it is set up apparatus A. Suggest why it is useful to set up apparatus A. Now see what is apparatus A. Why
Suggest
it
why
is
it is
useful to set up apparatus A. Why? Really? They are
Where-
both are same. Apparatus A and apparatus B are same. You can see only in apparatus B, small animals or maggots. They are
Maggots are
why
there.
are not maggots that you can see in this apparatus B, but maggots can also be placed here. Okay, so for making this apparatus B, only when you will add the animals, it will become apparatus B. But before adding the animal, we will call the apparatus that is free. That is, if there is no animal, we are calling it as apparatus A. We are marking it as apparatus A. So why this apparatus, making this apparatus is helpful for this particular experiment?
mainly the
We can
difference.
write that apparatus A is telling about what material we are using.
So what you will have to write, it is very helpful to make an apparatus, to make the apparatus A, as the soda lime present there, it will absorb all the carbon dioxide that will be exhaled by the animals. So the oil will, the movement of the oil present in the capillary or present in the tube will be only in one direction, as the animals will inhale the oxygen from the environment. It will push the oil drop to the inward direction to enter the container or enter the apparatus so that the animals can use it. This is why this type of apparatus will be very much helpful for performing this experiment. Okay, this is what you will have to write and write it yourself. Okay, I'm giving it as
Okay.
your homework. You write it yourself. Okay,
Yes.
so
Yes.
that's
Yes,
it for today.
ma'am.
Only one question left. A4 that we will discuss in the next class.
Okay, ma'am.
Only 4 minutes is after 4
Yes,
minutes
sir.
it will be disconnected
doing?
automatically. Meantime,
Physics.
showing you a small